What is up? What is up? How's it going? Welcome. BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto communities, Blue Crew, and all the communities out there, guys. Welcome to another, what is it, Monday crypto live chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. Thanks so much for the support to the channel, you guys, and thanks to those who have been watching the shorts, hitting the likes, all the good stuff, the, new subscribers. We haven't had any new members, but, shout out to the members. We got to do a February member giveaway very soon, and we'll let the Green Giants know who was the winner in that February giveaway as well. We got RPM in the house. What's up, RPM? Good to see you. Mike Kavanaugh in the house. What's up, Mike Kavanaugh? Thank you guys so much for your support, and thanks for tuning in. So the sideways action continues. So I don't know, if maybe something happens in the coming week or as this week goes along or in the, but it looks like we were right about, maybe the next move coming around mid-March, somewhere around here. We're thinking it could go as long into March 19th, and that doesn't necessarily mean it'll turn bullish, but we've been getting sideways action until something moves, right? Until we get the next piece of bad news, or we get the next piece of good news that can help continue this relief rally towards the upside. I still believe we are in a bear cycle ultimately, but we do have room to go up if the relief rally continues. But yeah, it looks like that short-term rejection here with BTC at 25K was pretty strong, causing the market to go sideways. We do get micro cap cryptos that end up, catching up with the market finally during these sideways days, which is nice to see. Because some of us may have a very diverse portfolio, and it's good to see some of our other cryptos having their day in the sun. From last I checked, I didn't really see any major big gainers in the past 24 hours on our Blue Crew top 100. But, once again, BTC still hovering around this, 23K range or 22K range. We got XRP doing actually pretty well considering, it didn't really do anything with the volatility upwards from BTC, but it really didn't also do anything with the volatility downwards from BTC, which is nice to see. XLM had a pretty nice run from, I think, the 5 cent or 6 cent range up to 9 cents. XDC had its day, and, there could still be some room to grow there for XDC in the short term, even if Bitcoin is going down. We've gotten, big news from Coinbase in terms of build on base, and now they're implementing Chainlink into build on base as well, because they're creating a layer 2 that's using the Ethereum blockchain, and we're seeing Chainlink now getting involved as well for Coinbase there. Looks like Coinbase is really trying to compete with Binance here. But all in all, in terms of regulations and what's going on with the SEC versus Ripple case, some people are saying we can get news any day now. Some people are predicting that we're going to get some news as we get closer to the ISO 20022 launch. That's going to be happening in, I think, March 23rd or March 21st, which is very convenient because that's also the spring, equinox or whatever they want to call it, the beginning of spring. So, it's easy to understand if, maybe people are thinking that that's why the Ripple SEC case has been delaying for so long, is just waiting for the launch of ISO 20022. But really, I guess the real launch for ISO 20022 is going to be in October, the final step of launching. But one of the first steps is going to, banks are going at different paces. It doesn't look like they're all going at once, but it looks like the first beginnings are going to be in March, and then we're going to get June. June's going to be a really big deadline in 2023. And then we got October, but just because they're going live, once again, just because they're going live with ISO 20022 doesn't necessarily mean it's using DLT right away, right? That's the thing we have to keep in mind, is that, yes, it's great that ISO 20022 is out, and it's going to most likely be like in a test format, and they're going to be doing what they normally do already in this traditional financial system by sending payments and using the ISO 20022 messaging system. But once they start using DLT and having settlement and payments with DLT and digital assets, then that's where we're going to really see that harmonization with ISO 20022 and distributed ledger technology. Let me catch up with the chat really quick. Shout out to the 10 viewers and the 6 likes. Thanks for tuning in for another Monday Crypto. Shout out to everybody. Much love to the Blue Crew and the Green Giants and the Ledger Citizens. You guys are amazing. So we got RPM in the chat. What's up, RPM? He's our XDC ambassador. He's opening our eyes more and more with XDC. Shout out to RPM and David Brumbelow, I think. Yeah, David Brumbelow as well as a big XDC guy. Mike Kavanaugh, what's up, dude? Mike Kavanaugh just recently jumping in on Render last time I remembered. Sniff all of a sudden somehow has got a 5 million XRP. Congratulations to you, my man. Oh, you got an extra round pepperoni. Okay, got it. What's up, Sniff? How you doing, dude? XRP Freemy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Drops of XRP, Sniff? Yeah. Yeah, 5 million drops of XRP. Cyber Polygon incoming. What does that mean? What is Cyber Polygon? Is that like an event for Polygon or some big news for Polygon or big movements for Polygon coming soon? I mean, Matic is an interesting platform because we've seen a lot of big news come out for Matic. Once again, I try not to get too lost in like mainstream partnerships that a lot of these blockchain ecosystems make. It can draw speculation though, which makes it appealing to invest in these assets during the Wild West phase that we're in. But it's not really like, declaring the legitimacy of this project. We've been fooled before, right? FTX has been a really, really big learning lesson in terms of getting carried away with the level of partnerships that a certain platform has, at least in terms of like mainstream, like partnering with Disney, partnering with Google, partnering with, certain big tech partners or, media partners and things like that. It's really about these institutions because at the end of the day, the multi-trillion-dollar problem that is out there is payments. So the cryptos or digital assets that do payments really, really well, that's the most necessary use case for distributed ledger technology is payments. That is the revolutionary, disrupting use case is tackling payments. It goes into the quadrillions of dollars, if you will. And if you can master that use case, every other use case requires payments, right? So if your platform can do payments really, really well, then it has a very good chance of having mass adoption. Yep, he's the XDC Maxi. What's up, RPM? Full of XRP in the chat. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Hoop Day in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. Guys, thanks so much to the Blue Crew and your guys' support. Already close to 10 likes for this stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks to, once again, thanks to any new subscribers. I'm always grateful. I always say thank you. I don't try to tell you what to do. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that like to tell you, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit this, hit that, hit this ad, hit this, hit the description down below, hit that, I'm not here to tell you what to do, guys. All right, I'm just here to talk crypto with y'all and, just get an idea of where we're at in this space because you guys help me a lot with getting informed about new cryptos and also getting an idea of the, overall sentiment in this space. Oh man, RPM, I can't say that, but yeah, it does seem like we're getting pretty close. I didn't know that was a piece of news that happened. Dude, EWT land, Energy Web Token, I mean, once again, we do like partnerships with Ripple, right? Or collaborations with Ripple. Energy Web Token definitely has some good connections there, but, also it looks like they're building a legitimate platform. I bought some more EWT recently because of that Uphold listing, and I like that it was getting listed on Uphold during this kind of sideways bearish movement. EWT, if there's ever going to be like a very green crypto or carbon credits or ESG or any of these type of hype cycles, we still haven't gone through a hype cycle like that necessarily yet for the market. And if we're in the Wild West phase, I feel like that could be one of those speculative hype cycles that could definitely take off. And EWT, Power Ledger, and probably ENG and some others will probably get some speculation their way for that. Cyber Polygon is World Economic Forum stage tax due. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, right, the cyber virus, right? We've had a virus in real life. Now what's going to be that cyber virus that causes the, maybe the internet reset, if you will, to cause us to go into the internet of value, right? And once again, Swift gets attacked, gets cyber attacks yearly, and they lose a ton of money, right? Yeah, EWT is pretty awesome. Mentalect, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Rye Guy in the house, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. World Economic Forum, Internet of Bodies, also worth the search. Oh, man. Link to Masterworks Glint, ha 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 ha. What's up, Mrs. J. Kill? Good to see you. Appreciate you tuning in. Yep, everything needs energy to run, without a doubt. But to tackle that energy use case, you know, if you're making an exchange of a token, what needs to be done? A payment first, right? If you're transacting energy, what's that transaction device? What is that token that can allow for frictionless, reliable, secure, and fast transactions, right? But yeah, the energy use case is huge. That's definitely one to speculate on, without a doubt. Let's see what else we got going on. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to the Blue Crew. You guys are amazing. Diamond Hands friends. Yeah, we're the Diamond Hands crew here. They will hack. I mean, we got a tradal portfolio and a hodl portfolio, right? So, but everybody's got their own way of trading. Everybody does their things their way. And once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. What cryptos are you guys buying, by the way? Appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. J. Kill. Yeah, everything's been going good on my side over here. You know, updates on our accident stuff. We're still waiting, believe it or not, LAPD, man. We're still waiting on this police report, and we'll see what ends up happening from there. But crazy stuff, dude. Yep, all our wealth on the internet, all of our stuff, the internet of value, everything on the internet. We will own nothing and be happy. Ridiculous, ridiculous stuff. XDC, H-bar, XDC, 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 XDC. I should have put H-bar in the title as well. Should have put H-bar in the title. And please forgive me for putting like BTC and Ethereum and, you know, some cryptos that we most of the time don't talk too favorably about. But it helps us, you know, bring more people to our community here. And we've kind of come around to something like BTC as an investment, just because it was the first, right? It could be a digital collectible in the future. We don't know what the ultimate outcome is going to be, but we definitely know Bitcoin cannot be a payment system or a global payment system. The fees, you know, it gets congested with more users on the network. A majority of its hash rate is in China. And the only incentive is just to keep hashing away at Bitcoin, and not really building too much security around that, right? So, you know, early developers on BTC left, and they should have continued working on it if they believed in the future of BTC, but no, they spread out and started working on other projects, XRPL being one of them. Casper, yeah, Casper is another one. Casper is definitely a nice a crypto that's definitely an up and comer and want to keep an eye out for, and has been going sideways for a really long time. So Casper, maybe even during a bear cycle, since it didn't really catch up or follow the market necessarily, could be one of those ones that just has its own independent blow up day, and goes to like what, 10 cents, 12 cents or something like that. Which is a pretty damn good, you know, that's like a 3x in value from the 4-cent range that it's at. So yeah, Casper's just been hanging out around there at that price range, but you know, I dig it, man. I dig Casper. I mean, part of the blockchain service network very early on, building up some good partnerships, you know, real tech behind it. Oh yeah, definitely ORAI. We've talked about that one in the past. It has connections with, if I'm not mistaken, it has connections with the Cosmos ecosystem. That is another AI project. And all these AI projects, at the end of the day, they still need to make transactions, right? So we're very payments focused in our investment here. But yeah, AI, you know, is still a hype cycle that can continue. Singularity AI, right? Vector Space AI. There's a lot of the cryptos out there that are AI based. Cortex, CXTC. If you guys are interested in, speculating on these types of projects, I would check out Cortex CXTC. It's definitely based in somewhere in Asia, but they've been around for a really long time with that focus on AI. Same thing with Matrix AI, the MAN token, right? MAN. That one's an interesting one. That's AI focused as well. But like how come these payments one aren't AI? Like just because they don't say AI in particular doesn't mean that they're not meant for AI, right? The payments use case is ultimately machine to machine, right? So what is going to be the ultimate payment, token and vehicle that these machines will be transacting with or programmed to transact with? Yeah, exactly, RPM. That's very well said, man. And once again, guys, like I'm always wrong, and we are in the Wild West phase. And you could speculate on meme tokens. You can speculate on something that has no real technology behind it whatsoever, and make money. That does happen in this crypto space, and I've missed out on so many opportunities like that because I am just super strict on fundamentals, and I'm kind of an XRP maxi, if you will. But I do like other cryptos, but I like looking for ones with good fundamentals and real tech behind it. But yeah, you can make, like RPM says here, buying Ponzi's with AI in the name on BitTrue looks the way to riches at the minute, though. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. So crazy. No incentive in federal jobs. They have made it too comfortable. Oh yeah. Oh, and let me finish this comment. No incentive in federal jobs. They have made it too comfortable. AI people have to do it. Have to do is get hired. No skill required. XRP, EWT, AGIX making 75% my portfolio right now. Interesting, Mike Kavanaugh. So you're going really big with this with the AI. I've got about 50 billion globes worth about $25. Interesting. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means, dude. We got Bird Dog the Crypto Ronin in the chat, the DeFi King. Shout out to Bird Dog the Crypto Ronin and his YouTube channel. Much love, dude. Appreciate you tuning in. Always appreciate the support. What's another one that, a lot of people still not talking about Stronghold, not talking about SHX. I really hope we get a chance to capture some SHX at the 0000600 range or 0000500 range. Excited for, I think Chainlink still has a chance to go to the $20 range. So even if Bitcoin is retracing, I feel like Chainlink has that type of, because they did it in the last bear cycle where Chainlink just had its own, bull cycle during that bear cycle, and I feel like it might do that again. And we could, because Chainlink didn't really follow the market yet, right? And we've gotten some really big news with Chainlink and just continuing expansion of Chainlink. Now with build on base for Coinbase during the sideways market, they made that announcement, right? And then of course with the Swift announcement as well for Chainlink. So Chainlink definitely looking appealing. Stronghold, once again 0000600 range. If it goes back down there, we're scooping it up for sure. I'm very excited for the future of that project. Definitely think it's highly undervalued, especially since it has IBM, Ripple, and XRP or XLM stellar connections. And the developers are top notch. They created the first fiat to XRP gateway when they were running Ripple validators. Let's see what else. We got XPX. Nobody talks about Proxima X still. Even the biggest ISO 20022 people in Twitter, if you follow any ISO 20022 focused Twitter accounts, they don't talk about XPX. And if you look into Proxima X, they are one of the most regulated, platforms, or Proxima X and Dragonfly FinTech. They've been around since like 2014, you guys. They've been around for a good while. And using Proxima X, providing CBDC end-to-end solutions, ISO 20022 compliant, you know, winning the CBDC tech sprint during that bear market in the winter of 2022. So there's a lot of good things, you know, and the hype still doesn't go towards it because what we're hoping for now with XPX is either that they're somehow waiting for regulatory clarity, like globally, for something with XPX, because it's not getting enough listings. It's only listed, from what I understand, on MXC. And MXC is a great platform. It's an up and coming, you know, exchange, and we like it, you know, as much as we can possibly like a centralized exchange for. But we definitely need to see some more listings coming out for XPX in order to get even more bullish and excited for it. But, you know, it could be just major mind games. Maybe they want to keep the liquidity or, you know, the avenues of purchase for this thing super low, the same way that they're doing it for XX, right? The XX network. You know, hell, man, they had conversations with central banks about privacy focused CBDCs, right? XX network, a super young platform that's out there that came out, you know, in 2022. So very early days for XX network. Went down to about a low of what, 13, 14 cents, now up to 22 cents, which is great to see. We don't know if the bottom is officially in for XX, but man, it is early days for this type of project. Oh, sorry to hear that, Bird Dog Crypto Ronin, but hey, man, you know, we know who you are, dude. We know the DeFi King for sure, man. Great intro the other night, Bird Dog. There we go. Buying them triples. Oh, you got copyright strikes. Dude, the easiest way to deal with copyright strikes is to just remove that piece of content. Like you'll go to your content page and then you'll see what they say about the copyright strike and they highlight what part of your video got the copyright claim. Just trim it out, you know. You don't want to risk losing your. Once again, I'll never tell you what to do, but that's what I end up doing with my channel. Is like if I get a copyright claim on something because I used a certain song, or you know, it's not as much when I do videos like this that I get copyright claims, which is interesting. But if I do get one, I just trim it out. You know, it's not worth losing a channel over just because of a mistake or something or whatever. You know, YouTube just trying to dictate things, but you know, that's my opinion. Let's see what's going on here. Buying them triple zeros and double zeros. Yeah, dude. I mean, the triple zero cryptos are fun, right? Like XPX, SHX, Aqua in the Stellar ecosystem, right? Who knows? We're not chasing the pump right now with Velo, but Velo, once that starts to retrace, will be another one that we would like to accumulate in the future. Yeah, that Stellar ecosystem's got some good triple zero range type of cryptos. NEM, the XEM protocol, finally had its movement towards the upside. I don't know if it's finally awake or not, but NEM or XYM, XEM, and XPX, and then NXT, I think, they're all in like the same family here. And we're keeping our eyes out on those because, you know, they've been around. Those are tech that have been around for a really long time. And apparently they're really favored in, you know, parts of Asia. You know, same thing with ICX. We're still keeping our eyes out on ICX because ICX is known for some really good volatility there. IOTA was one of our ones that was, you know, in the last bull cycle as well, along with ICX in terms of undervalued cryptos. I don't know if I'm as big on IOTA as much, but I definitely think it's worth holding a bag for just because it looks like there's real tech there behind it. And that's what we're looking for, right? Is the real boats, right? XCN. Oh yeah, that's chain, right? Yeah, XCN with chain. XNO with nano, right? Just have one separate portfolio that's just all the X's, all the X cryptos. WatsPay on XDC, I was watching if it was dead. The webpage looked alive. I thought I'd wait on chart action and then that popped. Need to see if it drops again. That's a regulated Singapore coin. Okay, got to check out WatsPay. I think that's a WZK, right? AI art helps. A new intro every week. The saga continues. That's awesome, dude. This week is a great time to accumulate in the short-term gains. Do you mean taking profits right now or to accumulate for short-term gains? Bird Dog. X marks the spot. I mean, some of the charts are looking, we've been deceived by charts. And once again, I'm always wrong, and I'm not a financial advisor and not a pro trader. But the charts have been looking pretty damn good for some cryptos. Like they look like they're getting to oversold territory, which could mean that we're getting ready for our next run up. And we have been saying that the next move will happen somewhere in mid-March, right? That we expected sideways action and selling pressure because of BTC getting rejected at that 25K range. And it could go into, deep into March, March 21st or March 19th, somewhere around there. And then that's when we'll see what the next decision point is going to be. Is it a continuation of the bear market? Is some pillar going to fall that causes a crash in the market? Or are we going to see the next relief rally, the continuation of the relief rally? Buy now and sell before May for some gains. Got it. All right. I mean, Bird Dog, you said it, man. How about XLM and IBM? Is that still alive? Yeah, it's still alive. WorldWire is still doing its thing, dude. It's all behind, all behind the covers. They're just waiting for the regulatory go as well, man. One thing though is IBM doesn't need to deal with the SEC. IBM's already regulated, and they're using blockchain. That's why we like SHX too, because of their collaboration. And SHX is smart because they're not trying to tackle like the biggest companies, from the get-go with their, with what they're doing. They're just helping small, companies and small, payment merchants mostly do payments well, right? And then they start building up a strong foundation, right? But Miguel Santos, here's a wrench. With the wrench comes great responsibility. Please use it wisely, and welcome to the Blue Crew. And thanks for asking about XLM and IBM. We definitely like that connection there. And we do think it's still alive. We do believe in the IBM WorldWire still being alive, still being out there. I think they're just waiting for big time, whatever's going to be the major regulatory shift that can lead to mass adoption of digital assets. That's what it'll be. And it looks like XLM and XRP, a lot of people don't want to believe this, but I definitely think there's like a collaboration going on there because it makes sense. Like it's like trying to create the next Pepsi and Coke, right? It's just you give people just two options, right? And then they'll just get a majority of the market, right? So then you just have the majority of the market going through XRP and XLM. If digital assets work in this direction where it really just is super strict on regulations and they remove POS chains and all this type of stuff, which I don't know how they would do it. But what is ultimately in favor of regulations is going to get mass adopted, right? Because people want to be safe in terms of what they're doing with their money. And once again, too, we're contrarian, but 90% of people still know how to use fiat really well. And they can make instant payments with fiat, with Venmo, Zelle, wallets they're super familiar with, PayPal. It's all about the back end that this technology is disrupting to allow for banks to transact instantly. And then other use cases in the future, like web monetization and micropayments, right? That's what these digital assets are going to be really good for, is enabling fast, cheap payments. But really, if you can tackle that back end already, people are super, and we're moving into era of CBDCs. Right now, the traditional financial system, fiat, looks like it's terrible, right? It's terrible to be in. But what happens with this transformation to CBDC? Could it rise like a phoenix, the interest in fiat? What if it becomes finite like crypto, right? What if fiat becomes pegged to gold or a certain standard of value, or becomes finite, right? These are possibilities that have to be entertained just in the same way that we entertain the possibilities of cryptos going to the moon and, all this type of stuff, right? Wish we had the script. We do got the script, man. It's Interledger Protocol, Ripple, and XRP. The RippleNet, XRP, IBM WorldWire, right? The BIS ISO 20022 hackathon called Interledger Protocol the best to working in tandem with ISO 20022. I think I'm going to listen to the guys who are regulating monetary policy. Gee, I learned this week about a social thing, but you know, nothing's a guarantee, of course. Of course. If we knew the script for sure, then we could almost be making guarantees. Gee, I learned this week about a social thing called Nostra on BTC Lightning Network. Okay, I got to check that out. Sounds interesting. Guys, thanks, by the way, for the 20 viewers and the almost 20 likes. That's unbelievable, man. Thanks for tuning in for a Monday crypto chat. And we got so many knowledgeable people in this chat, guys. If it's your first time in this chat, you know, definitely I would be picking the brains of these people because we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different interests in different cryptos and, you know, different knowledge that we're all sharing. And that's really what this is all about. But yeah, I got to check out that Nostra on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. What's up, G? Just tuning in. What's up, Alan? Good to see you, man. I always want to say your full name when I see it, but I can just say Alan. What's up, Alan? How about XRP Net? A lot of Twitter news currently. XRP Net is getting some Twitter news. I got to check that out. Buy and hodl. We will rise by default when the masses institutional come running. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the funny thing. XRP could go maybe possibly to 589 or 1,000, and you'll get a lot of people possibly massively chasing the pump, right? But you're still not going to get a majority of people. A majority of people are very familiar and want to stay familiar with what they know, and what they know is fiat, right? You know, I could see crypto just becoming like the new level of kind of like stocks, right? It starts kind of joining that same class, and people talk about, oh, what digital asset are you invested in? But not necessarily talking about like, what's your main mode of payment, right? Like, because at the end of the day, merchants, you know, like trying to force merchants to support all these different types, like, why don't you just like all these different types of coins and payment systems and stuff, and having them upgrade, like just upgrade the software where it converts any form of value that is used on a cell phone or electronic device or card or debit card or credit card or, you know, whatever, and it converts into a CBDC, and there we go. That's the regulated, approved form of money, you know, for the respective, you know, that respective country. Because that's a way they can keep track of everything. Like, no matter what payment form you're using, it's getting converted into a CBDC. And in that conversion, it allows for them to, you know, have an understanding of the information behind that payment, right? I mean, if you're looking for privacy, the internet is not the place to be, or, you know, using tokens that you need the internet for, or, you know, or need some form of electronics for at least, to make the payment. That's not the place to be looking for in terms of privacy, right? You want to exchange physical stuff if you want like the closest thing to privacy in terms of an exchange of value. But if you're exchanging value online or through electronics or something like that, yeah, that's not the best. Even if it says it's a privacy-focused crypto or token, it's not, you know, is it ultimately private? Right? Like, there's a ledger that is recording that transaction, that does know of the transaction that you made. Everyone in crypto is waiting to get back into fiat. They're going to lose big time, get straight into physical gold. I mean, that's the thing. If crypto does start to go up, obviously we're going to be here partying with the Blue Crew and, you know, maybe taking certain profits in our Tradle portfolio. But we've been building up because of this recent pump, and we can, you know, maybe stack up on more crypto now, because it would put us in a positive position from getting lucky to kind of figure out that BTC might be getting rejected at 25K. But if it does continue to go up and this relief rally like starts a whole new bull cycle, and the bull cycle continues and it goes past 60K, and, you know, BTC goes past 60K into 70K, obviously we'll be taking some profits in our Tradle portfolio, and then also putting into gold, silver, and precious metals. You want privacy? Invest in lead. Spritz, you can pay your bills directly with your crypto. Nice. How does XLM make money on CBDC if the XLM coin is not being used? Well, that's what the end game has got to be, is you know, to allow for the exchange. Okay. So, where to start with this discussion? If you're exchanging from, let's say, the Bank of the US CBDC to the Bank of China CBDC, there has to be a conversion. What is going to be used in that conversion? A digital asset. So in the IBM WorldWire, a digital asset is going to be used to be the connector between those CBDCs to turn one CBDC into the other CBDC quickly and instantly with minimal fees, right? That's how the XLM token is going to be used. That's how the XRP token is going to be used on RippleNet or ILP, you name it, right? That's the way that these CBDCs are ultimately, CBDCs are created to be used with distributed ledger technology. You can't use a CBDC without having distributed ledger technology. And if you do use a CBDC somehow without distributed ledger technology, it's not happening instantly on the back end. It's not, and you make money when you're doing a high, or XLM would appreciate in value, for example, if you're really using CBDCs a majority of the time to make cross-border payments or having to transact value and do a lot of conversions from one CBDC to another CBDC, right? Because then you're using those digital assets nonstop. Let's see what FedCoin. FedCoin is not DLT. They just found out that the Perth Mint was selling gold that was not 100% real. Many tons of not real gold. Are you kidding me? Crypto Moon is the debt ceiling pop. Yeah, well, in terms of the Wild West phase, right? That'll be the crypto mooning will be the official death of the traditional financial system, right? And then their answer is but that doesn't mean a majority of people are going to still be in it though, right? But we're going to be partying, right? Because we're in the Wild West phase and not many people, it's not going to be billions of people who are in this crypto market, you guys. Like that's what my opinion is. I don't think billions of people are going to be in the crypto markets, but you're going to see a lot of people definitely trying to chase the pumps and get involved. But yeah, the crypto moon pop is going to be the death of the traditional financial system, and it's going to be calling for the transition to the new digital financial system, which then could maybe, we have to see what these CBDCs are going to be, guys. Are they going to be finite? That's the question. How is fiat going to compete with crypto? And we know that they have something up their sleeve. The regulators of monetary policy have something up their sleeve. It's going to involve something with digital assets like XRP and XLM and XDC and maybe, whatever other ones that we're not mentioning, but that we're probably bullish on, right? But I'm just mentioning those three because those are like the ones that were very enterprise focused from the very, very beginning, right? So then you have a majority of the market going into those type of tokens. But that doesn't mean billions of people are going to be investing or hodling those type of tokens, right? Because they want CBDCs to be the thing. They want to unlock all the Nostro Vostro accounts, right? All the dormant capital that's across all these banks across the world coming back home to their home base. Because if you have money that isn't elsewhere and it's back at your home base, it gives you more power over your country. It allows you to regulate your country even in a more, that's what it's ultimately going to do is like an end game for these governments to have more power over their people by unlocking these Nostro Vostro accounts. No, definitely centralized and not DeFi. I understand, man. But once again, DeFi, we're going to see how this all plays out because you're not going to have a majority of the people go into something that is not truly regulated, right? You'll have a few people that want to support an ecosystem and stake and do all this stuff, but you're not going to have a majority of people wanting to do that. And I'm sorry if I speak passionately about it. And I once again, I'm always wrong. Always wrong. Is that just looking how everyday people are? They don't want to take the time to learn about DeFi and crypto. They don't. They just want to be able to make a freaking payment for the thing they want to buy. That's it. And what are they very familiar with? Is fiat. So if banks or payment apps that people download all of a sudden start, creating interest-bearing type of things, sort of like DeFi, those people, people may consider that, right? Because the banks, obviously, with a lot of money, are going to be able to advertise, or these payment providers like SoFi or whatever, you name it, PayPal, Venmo, are going to be able to advertise it in a way. Is anyone? Oh yeah, I'm still bullish on Cypherium. I'm just holding what I got in CPH for now. But we talked about CPH very long time ago at around that penny range, and it's doing some great things. It's good to see a 5x on the that was one of the ones that was a swing for the fences that we were talking about in the past there. And Cypherium is a crypto that you can't really do DeFi and staking with. But once again, what we've talked about in terms of staking, you don't necessarily need to be staking to be making gains in the market. You can make a 5x, 10x gain, and then compared to a crypto that you stake and maybe it dumps on you, and then you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole with the staking, or it only goes up 2x, and sure, your staking gains make it seem like it's a 5x, but in a way they all it kind of all levels out. If they aren't finite, why change over to the same system? Exactly. The traditional to digital financial system transition is going to be a dramatic one. It can't be going back to just what the same system was like before. This is a great discussion, by the way, guys, and thank you so much for your support to the channel, you guys, and thanks for everybody. You guys are all bringing up great ideas and points. Long on hookers. Diversifying into goods and services is not a bad idea. You can even pay in crypto and not cash out in fiat. Yeah, exactly. You can pay it with whatever you want. But most of the time, people just want something that is, a dollar is a dollar today, tomorrow, the day after. I mean, it's not really like that, though, because, with inflation and everything, it's not really just a dollar anymore. But a lot, people find comfort for some reason in seeing just that it's at that price level or that price number. Is Uphold safe for staking? You don't own CBDCs. I mean, if there's going to be a DLT technology that provides end-to-end CBDC solutions, then it's going to be backed up by a ledger of some sort, right? And so that ledger will say that you do own that CBDC, right? It has to, right? Now, once again, crypto is on an electronic device and it's on the internet. So you could say that you officially own this thing, but if they shut down the internet, then do you own anything, right? Do you really have control over your crypto, right? And then you could say, yes, I do have real control because I have the seed phrase in case that internet ever goes back up. Bam. But dude, then who's going to be trusting in crypto if they can't have access to it all the time right away, and they just have to count on a seed phrase, I mean, I don't know. I think staking is great in the Wild West phase. But, the way, once again, dudes, the regulators on monetary policy, central banks, already, we don't know who created Bitcoin, right? So that's already a bad step in how this space and digital assets, were created. If we don't know who created Bitcoin, it could have possibly have been the CIA or, freaking government, right? As a test to see how people would evolve with making digital payments and using digital currencies, right? So we have no clue. And if Bitcoin were to go down or somehow be crushed, or if a major pillar, then dude, all these staking platforms, like a lot of people thought FTT was too big to fail. And look at how that affected the overall market, even staking platforms, right? There were people who were staking for super long terms and lost a lot of money due to the FTX collapse, right? And maybe they're making their ways back up, or not even the FTX collapse. BTC going from 60K to 18K, right? A lot of people started staking at 60K thinking, oh man, it's just passive income from here all the way to the top. And then it freaking crashes on them, right? And then even, let's say even if you're staking just stable coins on a certain platform, if you started staking on that platform with CBD, with your stable coins at around 60K Bitcoin, that platform might have lost a ton of money that they stopped their operations completely. And then there goes your your kind of cheat code way of getting passive income through stable coins. I think most of us here know who created Bitcoin. No, liquidity is definitely important, right? But once again, these are just like cryptos that are in the millions of dollars of market cap. They're nowhere near the trillions upon trillions of dollars that are going to be needed, right? You're going to need trillions of dollars in liquidity to be a mass adopted digital asset or platform, right? The most liquidity is still in fiat. And if XRPL, like Chris Larson says, is going to make fiat stronger, and Liquidity Hub, on-demand liquidity, utilizing digital assets is going to make, like I said, the Wild West phase and this traditional financial system is ideal for, doing the staking and DeFi stuff. But once we transition over to this digital financial system, it's not like it's just going to be like, the governments are gone and central banks are gone, and now it's just communities of people who are running and delegating these, these platforms, right? Maybe there might be the illusion of that, but like right now, it's a great time to take advantage of it, though, to take advantage of the lack of clarity, the lack of regulations to make tremendous passive income, though. But I understand liquidity is important, but there's still, you can name any DeFi platform that's out there. They don't have enough liquidity because they don't have enough money. There's not enough money in their market cap, right? To start providing liquidity for everybody across the world, or the demand of like millions, if not billions of people. Devin Steve, once regs come in, staking will be the percentage equivalent as savings are around 3%, not the highest teens as of now. I mean, that's what's so great about this Wild West phase, is taking and being able to find the bottoms in certain cryptos, especially if you like staking cryptos, right? Like, for example, Osmosis Zone, let's just bring up a random one. Staking the Osmo, like, wasn't a good time to be staking Osmo at around the $10 range that it went to, around that range or whatever. I think it was $10 if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was $8. But yeah, it was not a good time to start staking Osmo then. But if you're maybe staking Osmo now, or were staking Osmo at $1 when it initially came out, then damn, yeah, the gains were tremendous, right? And you were getting the staking rewards on top of it, right? So it's all about being able, especially with, unless you're staking stable coins like CBD, USDC and USDT. I don't know what's going on with BUSD right now. I've heard a lot of FUD about BUSD, but maybe it's just FUD. or something like that. But you guys can correct me on what's going on with BUSD. But yeah, those stable coins are not too big to fail either, right? They don't have billions of, they don't have like over a trillion in market cap yet to really start calling them like a reliable and stable form of value to be, providing, to be running a business off of, for example, or, doing much of anything. To be decentralized, you need stakers for validator nodes. I would highly recommend, Bird Dog, checking out David Schwartz's "The Best Incentive is No Incentive" speech. Because the interesting thing with the XRPL, and what kind of is maybe a reason why you're not really seeing about staking rewards yet with the XRPL, is that the users of the platform decide who the validators are, right? No, I understand DeFi, my man. I understand DeFi. But what I'm saying is there's this digital financial system that's coming around. There's an ISO 20022 system, messaging system, where all payments will be funneled through. All payments will be funneled through this ISO 20022 messaging standard. And there's a lot of bad actors out there. There's a lot of DeFi platforms that are saying that they're this and that and not, right? They're going to tell you what you want to hear and then do something else in the, behind the scenes, right? It's not just all rainbows and butterflies. I mean, if FTT taught us anything, and if FTX and Luna, one of the major DeFi platforms of that time, Celsius, one of the major DeFi platforms of that time, taught us anything, is that, they'll make it seem, dude, Alex Mashinsky had so many people on his balls during that time, and we weren't, we were over here going, I don't trust, Celsius. We don't trust, major, big time staking, because it's all about, it's all too good to be true at the end of the day. But you could take advantage of it if you know how to play the game in this Wild West phase of crypto that we're in, right? As long as we're in this Wild West and you know how to play the game, then you can make a ton of money off of it, without a doubt. But to see this go through into mass adopted arena and see these types of numbers still playing out when we're mass adopted, I don't think so. No, Bird Dog, I hear you, man. I hear you. And once again, I'm not talking specifically to you, because you know how to play the DeFi game and take advantage of the traditional financial system right now. And what this channel is kind of doing is just like to have a discussion and kind of talk about, this is the traditional financial system we're in, and we have an idea that we are going into a digital financial system. And what is that digital financial system going to look like, right? Sniff. You know what? All in all, guys, I'd rather just make passive income off my land. I'd rather just make my passive income off real stuff. I mean, dude, I know, like, once we make like a pretty damn good amount of money, I'm going to be buying, like, and this is just because I'm a nerd for camera stuff, I'm going to be buying some like top-notch lenses to be putting investments in rental houses and making passive income that way, because there's always going to be demand for camera equipment and, certain high demand, industry standard equipment that's out there. And if you're providing it to these rental houses, those are the type of passive income opportunities I'm getting excited for. And, real estate, I got to still learn a lot more about real estate for sure. Next bull run, I'm selling all of this for a plot of land. BUSD is backed and audited, yes, but only the official USD will be allowed. RPM, that's an interesting point. ALGO DeFi sounds to be very legit. Yeah, ALGO DeFi sounds legit. HBAR DeFi sounds legit. Tezos DeFi sounds legit. Once again, though, they're not major cap cryptos yet, right? So that would be something to keep an eye out for is, once they do start becoming in that realm where it seems like they're too big to fail, where they start getting to the levels of like an FTT or a Luna, what are the regulators going to do then, right? But yeah, and guys, I am participating in DeFi. I only bring, like when I'm on the YouTube channel here, I do a lot, like I have my Tradle portfolio, and in my Tradle portfolio, I take risks on DeFi projects. I take risks on hoping that I'm buying or investing in a stable coin or buying a crypto at a low, and trying to get the passive income rewards and staking rewards to a certain point and hoping to ride it up on that's what we did for this recent relief rally. We saw that the market was oversold. We were talking with the Blue Crew like basically all summer going into winter of how this market is completely oversold, right? And then, building up those passive income opportunities. And then we get this a little bit of, relief rally from 17K to 25K, and minor cap cryptos doing 10X, 20X, and then, some others 5X or 2X, and that's why we were saying we were taking profits at around these ranges, because, we've been building up for so long with that, that we finally got, so I participate in DeFi. I'm not trying to sound like I'm ultimately anti-DeFi. I'm anti-DeFi when I'm looking like further ahead into the future and seeing, okay, we're getting pretty, it looks like the 2020 to 2030 is a transformational decade. And it looks like regulators are having more and more of a presence in the crypto space as the years go by. They have more of a presence than they did in 2017, 2018, and they have more of a presence now than they did in 2020 and 21. Is it really affecting the markets? Not so much. I mean, in a way, yes, because it causes like great volatility, right? The regulators stomping down on FTX and FTT, and the collapse of FTT and Luna and Celsius, right, caused tremendous volatility in the market. So, it's that's what we're trying to look for, is like, okay, we're getting pretty close to a transition here. Like we're having the launch of ISO 20022 in March this month. Apparently, the first steps of transitioning to ISO 20022 is in this March, and then June, and then October of 2023. We speculate that bull cycles happen during the pre and post-election years, right? So looks like 2024 could be a tremendous year. We still have the rest of 2023 to see if we're going to get even more, a new bull cycle happening, or if this is just a relief rally, and you can make money in the relief rally if you bought at the bottoms, right? Which I feel like a lot of us did here if you guys have been following this channel for some time. Let me catch up with the chat really quick. You guys are starting to really have some active chat in here, so let me get into it with y'all. Pretty sure the FBI knows who created Bitcoin because of the Silk Road investigations. No, I think they know I think the government for sure knows who created Bitcoin. And at this point, does it matter who created Bitcoin if a majority of Chinese miners, control the future of the, Bitcoin ecosystem in a way? CBDCs will be linked to your digital IDs with social scoring and carbon credits. Trouble is with social scoring is anyone can give you a negative. You will then be docked so many credits. Devin Steve, that is definitely looking how it is, right? Like what you mentioned right there. I mean, I'm interested to see how they can avoid because like how you're saying, anyone can give you a negative. Maybe not anybody can give you a negative, right? Maybe they find something that's where it changes, right? Where it's not like anybody can just give you a negative and then stop. You can have like somebody who are bad actors just trying to destroy your life, your digital life, right? Your real life and your digital life, right? I think there would be something that kind of like could stop that from happening. Like, well, they'll be noticing, oh, this person isn't actually this way. It's just being manipulated or something like that. B is okay. Let's go. Let's keep going. If anyone had XRP snapshot for FLR and LEPOW, they are going to support FLR by the end of March. Had an email today. Nice, Devin Steve. Web3 needs to centralize depending on the chain. Then interoperability comes. I'm interested to see if it's decentralized when you have a ton of users on the platform, though. That's the thing, is how do these platforms ultimately scale when you have so many users on the platform, right? That's what I'm interested to see how decentralization is going to be achieved and scalable. And is decentralization an actual possibility? Like, can it actually be achieved the more users that onboard a project? Because as we're seeing with Bitcoin, which is, known to be the most decentralized platform that's out there right now, is actually getting more centralized the more users that onboard it and more congested, right? I got shots for all you drones trying to hover in my backyard. Nice, dude. The next gold rush is going to be food. Ooh. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of people, just like we did in 2020, where you started to see a lot of people starting to create their own, gardens and things like that during 2020 and 2021, and that becoming like an increasing fad. I think there will probably be another incident that causes people to be even more focused in that area. And like you're saying, it could be actually a food rush. You're right. I don't want to be defiled. That's great, Legendary. ChatGPT supposedly predicted a huge market crash on March 15th. If it doesn't happen, the ChatGPT is chat false. I mean, dude, it's really bad to be asking ChatGPT for predictions on anything. Actually being your own bank, which I am now. I loan crypto now. See Arbitrum. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Make sure to sell in May and buy back in October. Okay, got you. Yeah, I feel like summer is going to be a hard summer for sure. Around that time is going to be a really, like, if we are going to get a continuation of the relief rally and you're saying sell before May, right? So we get a continuation of the relief rally. The hype is at its almost peak, right? Then we get a crash, then it makes sense that the relief rally is over, that the continuation of the bear market continues, and then we go into 2024 with the possibilities of the real bull cycle beginning. Because that crypto does well when the traditional financial system is failing people, right? And especially in times of chaos. Like, that's why crypto boomed in 2020, because it was a time of chaos and also a time where people were more on the internet than ever before, right? So, and what was another thing? It was an election year, right? So it looks like they like to do catastrophic things during election years to try to sway people's votes towards one side or the other, and during those times of chaos, that's when crypto does amazing things. Do you think volumes will go up on XLM, XRP, ALGO because of the start of ISO this month? I'm going to be contrarian on this. I think ISO is just going to be a test environment. I don't think it's going to necessarily use DLT just yet, but that would be amazing if it did. Maybe the volumes do go up on those cryptos because more people than we thought are aware of ISO 20022 and speculating towards it. I mean, definitely a lot more people are aware of ISO 20022 than when we were talking about it back in 2018, 2019, and beyond, right? But that's my viewpoint right there, Miguel Carlos. I'm going to say, or Santos, sorry. I'm going to go the opposite way and say that I'm not going to say the market is going to dump on ISO 20022 launch, which could happen. But I'm going to say that it's going to be mostly like a testing environment of ISO 20022 in a very small scale, and maybe not using DLT right away. Scaling is definitely important. Exactly, man. Once we start getting to the millions and millions of users on one of these platforms, it's not going to be all of these platforms. It's not going to be divided. You know, I right now crypto is a bunch of divided platforms all trying to get the most users and developers, and trying to be the new big tech, right? Trying to be the next Googles, the next the next Apples, the next what have you, right? The next Meta, if you will, or whatever. It's all these platforms trying to get that level of users. And when you do get to that level of users, it doesn't leave much room for other platforms to, you'll have smaller scale platforms, but a majority of the volume will be going through those type of platforms. And that's where the real network effects will start to come into effect. And also, getting an idea of what, sorry, something distracted me. Getting an idea of how scalable and how reliable really these technologies are. Because that's really what it's about too, is the reliability and security and how long they've been running, right? Like we've seen, things like Celsius that came out in 2018, didn't last long. People thought it was going to be around forever, right? Same thing with Luna, right? Coming out of 2015, 2016, I think. Didn't last long, right? So with a lot of these platforms, it's important to, entertain that they may not be around forever, especially if they're like these high end or high staking type of platforms. It's not, in my opinion, it's not safe to assume that they're just going to be there for the next 5 years, right? But Blue Crew is smarter than the Chat GPT. Sail in May and go away. I heard that last year for dogs is a good tip. Nice, dude. Internet was created to cause a Hegelian dialectic to get rid of free speech. Give us free speech on crack. Internet, let it get out of control. Public demands action. And then we censor free speech. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like that, right? Yeah, CERN probably invented the internet for sure. They created time travel. They created the internet. Hell, they maybe created this universe that we're in. That particle collider created this universe. That large hadron collider created the universe that we're in right now. Yeah, it is a clown show casino space, Alchemist, for sure. But people know how to take advantage of it and make money off of it. And we do it in our own way. Everybody else does it in their own way as well. And as long as we're, still here, that's great, But anyways, guys, let me just finish off the chat here really quick. But unbelievable, 23 likes. You guys are amazing. And thanks for the 16 viewers. The guy who runs the crypto called Regen is a total soy boy. I mean, he's a funny dude, man. But they're collaborating with Solana and Ripple, it looks like, now. So maybe Regen's got some legitimacy. But yeah, he's a funny looking dude. He looks like Guy Fawkes. I think he's a really big fan of Guy Fawkes. That's probably why. I've been buying seeds like a man possessed. Oh, interesting. I like that perspective right there, Devin Steve. I haven't heard of the time travel being created yet. That's new, G. If you're paranoid, hit the like button. Good to see you again, Alchemist. We were shouting you out in some of our past streams, man. I was like, I miss the Alchemist bringing in the the brutal realist perspective there, or whatever realism is. But anyways, you guys are amazing. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Shout out to the Green Giants and the Ledger Citizens. Thank you guys so much. A British scientist at CERN invented the World Wide Web. In 1989, the web was originally conceived and developed to meet the demand of automatic information sharing. Crazy. Alchemist, shout out to you, man. All right. Much love, Blue Crew. Much love, Green Giants. Much love, Ledger Citizens. I'll see you guys in the next one. Always grateful. Thank you, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto communities, Blue Crew, and all the communities out there. Thanks to any new subs, and thanks for the likes. Keep an eye out, or do what you guys like. But we're releasing some more shorts later today and tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Much love. I'll see you guys in the next one. The future is bright. Oh, the future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. I'll see you guys in the next one. We got the eye of the tiger. Adios.